Since 1977, members of CMF's Kenya Church Catalyst team have served and equipped the Kenyan people in mission. Now, they believe Kenyans are the future of missions.
Hey, I'm Joel Williams.
And I'm Joe Clough.
And together, our two families represent over 40 years of service with CMF's Kenya Church Catalyst team.
And we would like to thank each and every one of you for your partnership over the last 49 years. Your love, prayers, and financial support have been the lifeblood of this ministry, a ministry that has impacted lives and communities for Christ for generations. We could not have done it without you, and we cannot thank you enough.
It's undeniable how much God has done through KCAT over the last few decades, whether it be planting over 1,000 churches, seeing thousands of baptisms, starting dozens of clinics in the rural areas of Masai Mara and Turkana County, or feeding the hungry through starting hundreds of farms in the middle of the desert, even starting dozens of schools in the most underdeveloped areas of the country. It's true, God has done so much over the years, but God's not done with us yet.
Join us as we take a look back at where we've been together and where God is leading us next.
10 years ago, after establishing a strong, independent Kenyan church and building Bible training institutes to train and ordain pastors and church planters, we turned our focus to reigniting the missional vision across all Kenyan churches. Our new mission? Unhindered disciple making. Our new vision? To catalyze Christ's kingdom expansion in Kenya and the world through our actions and partnerships with the Kenyan church.
The idea was simple. As a nation, Kenya has been poured into by missionaries for decades. Our team's prayer for the next season of ministry is to begin seeing the Kenyan church being sent and sending others out.
Since rewriting our mission and vision, through relational disciple making, we have seen a disciple making network emerge. With 26,000 active Discovery Bible studies, where Kenyans are radically discovering and obeying Scripture alongside the lost in their communities. As a result, these generations of disciples who make disciples have baptized more than 16,000 new believers across 8 East African nations in 8 years. What's more, they are continuing so much of the ministry that CMF began, as groups are planting churches through the multiplication of their groups, building schools, digging wells, healing the sick, and sacrificially meeting the needs of all around them in obedience to Scripture.
10 years ago, we also partnered with Community Christian Church in Kenya to start a Kenyan sending organization, Community Christian Mission Agency, or CCMA. And 5 years ago, we launched Harvest Missionaries College. Combined with the emerging network of disciple makers, the Mission Agency and Missionary College are playing a vital role in building momentum towards KCAT's goal to see the Kenyan church sending out missionaries for years to come.
Today, that vision is becoming a reality as the team is actively training and equipping their first 12 Kenyan international missionaries. CCMA is in the process of affiliating their first 8 missionaries. HMC has already had over 30 missionary college graduates, and the disciple-making movement is currently equipping 4 disciple makers for international mission.
Alongside CCMA, the team is currently training James Sinkwa. James, a former shepherd who was mentored by CMF missionaries in his youth, later became chairman of a church of over 450 congregations. As chairman, he started CCMA in 2010. Years later, James couldn't have predicted that he would someday be a missionary and become the first missionary recruit of the agency born out of the vision God gave him. James and his team is surveying potential fields and unreached people groups in Ethiopia and South Sudan as they prepare for international service.
The team is also actively equipping Ekiru, Joy, and Shekinah, all former interns and disciples with the Williams family. Ekiru grew up in the Williams' ministry, joining their student internship program when he was just 11 years old. He followed the call to missions and went to Brazil with CMF's team there. He's currently discerning next steps towards mission service. Just 2 years ago, Joy, a teacher, and Shekinah, an accountant, had no idea what the future held for them when they applied for a Reach internship in Kenya last summer. On that internship, the two felt the call to missions and decided to leave their jobs to begin taking steps towards full-time missionary service. The two have since finished a 9-month missionary training school and are preparing for their first international internship.
From reinventing a legacy ministry to sending Kenyan missionaries to the harvest field, it's hard to believe how much God has done over the last 10 years.
Now God is calling our team to join him in his mission of sending missionaries from everywhere to everywhere. Our team has the vision of sending 75 missionaries over the next 15 years.
We have Kenyan missionaries who are ready to go. So the challenge we now face is to build up the capacity and generosity of the international church so that they can support their missionaries for generations to come. Because of that, our team is launching the all-new KCAT Global Sending Fund, a fund designed to send missionaries from everywhere to everywhere.
This KCAT Global Sending Fund will help those missionaries who are in process. It will help us to train and equip these 75 missionary recruits. It will help us to survey new fields for them to enter and to give them initial support as they seek to raise more funds. And lastly, it will help us to empower the local church to have a foundation of sustainably supporting missionaries.
Our first goal for this fund is to raise $750,000 over the next 5 years in order to jumpstart the fund and get these missionaries to the field.
We cannot thank you enough for your prayers, love, and support over the last 49 years. And we ask you to join us in the years to come. Please consider giving to the $750,000 support need and help us to send the next generation of missionaries.